I'm
Now
sure
they're
this
gone.
is private business. We'll be waiting out here.
Thanks. It shouldn't take long.
What a polite lad Hibari is. You're not dying, are you? You good?
Ah, you've come. Welcome. I've been waiting for you, Callus.
How's it going?
Things must have
Been a
been
while.
pretty awful for you, but I'm glad to see you're in good health.
Thanks, Doc. Long time no see. I got your letter, so you have something to tell me? Were you really working with Gramps and for the Empire?
I kind of figured.
Now then, where should I start? From the very beginning, I suppose. With the experiment we were working on. It's been almost 20 years since...
More lore.
I hear you've been to the Empire, so you probably heard about us. Georg and I were born in a small desert village. We were recruited by the Empire around 20 years ago and began working on military research. Under Emperor Geldeblame's orders, we were supposed to design new weaponry, battleships, and iron beetles. But there was also another project we were assigned to. We were attempting to solve the secret of the madness.
Wait, so he created the... Wow. I have to fight so many of those things.
What you know today as the Magna Essence is a technology originally established ages ago by the warlocks of old. It consists of encoding and storing the essence of matter and decoding it later on to restore the material to its original form.
Pretty impressive, actually.
Yet, it was said to
Very
be
amazing.
impossible to encode a living creature into a Magnus. Since quite some time ago, this type of research has been strictly prohibited. Creatures casted into a Magnus would end up distorted and defective when later invoked.
Ooh, the fact that they actually tried, those poor
But
people. Oh my
Georg
goodness.
had succeeded. He was a true genius. At first, we planned to make use of the power sealed deep within the lava caves. It turned out to be one of the sealed N Magnus. Giacomo, Amy, and Falon were the results of those initial experiments. That's why all three have extraordinary powers.
So Giacomo and his goons had gotten some power from the N Magnus.
That's right. But with the N Magnus sealed away, that was the best we could do. So we took it to another level. You know what I'm talking about?
And he still wanted more, too.
Can't you remember? This is about you and your brother, Fee, Callus. Georg created you artificially.
Ooh. Is that why he doesn't... They did mention that, because they're like, oh, you have no Magnus in your soul. And it's like, how? Blah, blah, blah. That doesn't make sense. Well... So that's why he looks a little different.
Over the years,
It's like he doesn't have
we
the silver
conducted
hair.
numerous experiments
I just
under
figured, oh,
close
his mother
watch
or
of the
whatever.
Empire. But even Georg couldn't succeed in encoding a living creature.
Wait, but if Giacomo's his father, how does that...
Something very important, not found as a mere object, would be lost when a creature was encoded, and would be missing when the creature was reconstructed. It was then that Georg altered his approach yet again. Instead of encoding extracted Magna Essence, he began working on modifying an existing, working Magnus to create a living creature. Georg seemed totally engrossed in his work back then. He chose a base material and spent months modifying and improving it, slowly altering the Magnus properties. His experiment was successful. Several months later, a new life was created.
I still don't get how Giacomo's
You
is...
were the result, Callus.
Or I think... Okay, I think I am reevaluating my thought. Giacomo's not his father. Giacomo's just
That's
Georg's son.
that's impossible.
Which is like, he calls him Gramps because, you know, probably when he was born, he was old, you know. But it's not actually biologically
I know this
him.
is difficult to believe,
That makes a little more sense.
but you'll understand someday. Born from a Magnus, you were, how should I put it, excessively human. You had too many of the flaws present in human beings, and you were born with just one wing. Gelderblame was unsatisfied with the results of that experiment. What he wanted was a pure, perfect life form. His intention was to study
Is that why
the
they called
madness
him
of
like
such a
the,
life
what do they call him, the
form,
blessed
and to
child
unlock
or
the
something?
secret of eternal life. He would call this hypothetical life
Oh, there it is,
form
divine
the
child.
divine child.
The divine child?
Since around that time, Gelderblame became obsessed with overcoming the limitations of human beings. Georg furthered his studies based on your Magnus, making improvements until several years later, another life was born, a child born of a true, living Magnus.
So you're trying to tell me that Fee, he was created too? But Codell, one of the witches, said she didn't feel any Magnus within me.
Your Magnus is quite different from those found in this world. Georg had drastically modified the original Magnus. Suppose you brought in a creature with blue blood instead of red and asked someone to study its blood. Many would shake their heads and say, it's not possible, as the creature has no blood at all. When people think of blood, they picture a red liquid. A blue liquid would not fit the description. They would need someone to point out to them that it's simply a matter of the creature's blood being blue. Until then, they would picture the creature as being bloodless, even if the blood was right there in front of their eyes.
It's an iffy comparison, but I get
A
what you mean.
similar thing could be said about your Magnus.
And so
I
Fee
think
was
I
the
get what you're
perfect
trying to
child.
say.
That makes sense why he was so weird. Well, he wasn't weird. He was
Back to the
strange.
subject. After Fee was born, Georg was a man redeemed.
Oh, and I'm guessing they're gonna get
The time he spent with you and Fee
death
may have
and all.
stirred something within him that had been dormant for a long time.
His need to be a father. Is that what it is?
Or maybe there was something about Fee that brought about these changes in him.
That would be kind of sad though if like him taking care of Fee and Callus awakened his like fatherly instinct despite having Giacomo right there.
Eventually, 12 years ago, we decided to escape from the Empire.
But they don't really talk about that.
Tell me, Lerikush,
Like how he's just wearing the same
what
outfit.
on earth have we done? We succeeded in creating life from a Magnus. But for what purpose? Is it worth anything at all, or did we merely open a door leading to further sorrow and despair?
Georg, we have other things to think about right now. We need to make a decision. After all, we're their parents. It's our responsibility to do the right thing and protect them.
Right. You're absolutely right.
What do you want to do? Follow Gelderblame's orders and continue your research?
No, we must put an end to this. Callus and Fee can no longer be victims of his vile ambitions.
I understand. There's only one thing we can do then.
Yes. Let's destroy this lab with explosives so that no records or samples can be recovered. Nothing shall remain.
We'll feign our deaths in the explosion and leave the Empire in secret. We should head for Mira.
That island is close to the dimensional boundary and periodically shifts between dimensions. Even if they find out we set up the explosion, being in Mira should buy us some time.
When did he
The
leave
four
the
of us
subway?
will live in peace. You, I, Callus, and Fee.
Shh! Someone's coming.
Oh,
Came to confirm tomorrow's schedule for the holomaton experiments. How is your analysis of its Magnus coming along?
No problems. It's going exactly as planned.
We need to account for fluctuations related to his growth patterns. We need more time, to be sure. I've told you this repeatedly.
well take forever.
Hmm.
We need results,
Impatient.
not excuses. The Emperor's patience has its limits. Also, you have orders to dispose of the defective sample tomorrow. It's no longer of any use to us. No need to keep it alive.
Oh, Giacomo, how could you?
Georg! Don't!
Aw. You got attached to it.
Giacomo, let me ask you. This experiment we're working on, the Emperor's plans, don't they bother you at all?
Oh, jeez.
You, of all people, should know better. I'm not like you or my father. Thanks to your experiments, I now wield a power no mundane human could ever hope for. Besides, you started all this in the first place. Now is not the time for regrets. You will continue the experiment. I will see to that.
I think he wanted that as
Sure.
well. Because I remember him mentioning that he was gonna be like a perfect being as well. But it didn't work out for him.
I myself can hardly wait.
So that's like why he wants the research.
What this project will show us, where it will lead us. There's so much to look forward to.
And in the end. Alright. We can walk away now. I like that they kept the flower there. That's fun.
Emperor, the laboratory is in flames!
I'm sure he must have been disappointed too.
Everything went as planned. We managed to reach Mira under the guise of travelers. Maybe it was from the shock of the explosion. When you awoke, after escaping from the Empire, you'd lost memory of everything that had happened until then. Fee was only 3 years old, so he didn't seem to remember much either. Soon after, I left Mira and came to live here. I don't know exactly what happened to you in Mira 2 years ago. Georg and I had lived separate lives. Imagine how surprised I was when seeing you brought to this village.
Oh, and it's a shame Fee didn't make it. I'm assuming Giacomo
died
found them.
in the Imperial capital.
And he's like, you were supposed to be dead, grr, and then he burned the house down. I'm guessing that's what happened.
Is that so?
Yeah, by his own hand.
So, I was born of a Magnus. Georg created me? I can't believe that.
I'm not surprised. Take your time, boy.
I still think it would have been more exciting if Giacomo was his biological. I like that idea better.
Either way, you are yourself. That's what counts. How you were born is unimportant. It's the same for anybody. We don't choose to be born. We simply realize one day that we're here, that we exist.
It's pretty heavy.
I have something
A
for
lot of heavy
you.
lore to lay on on a child like that.
Georg asked me to give it to you, should you need it one day. This must be the time.
Ooh, what is it?
Gramps left me something?
Yes. Way back then, when we had settled down in Mira, Georg told me he intended to leave something for you. I don't know what it is, but you'll find it in a cabin up in the Celestial Alps.
What? Why not just give it? What?
The Celestial Alps?
Yes, there's a cabin near the mountaintop. Georg and I built it after we left the
Why
Empire.
not just?
A
Whatever.
cabin in the Alps. He stashed it there, huh?
You're telling me no one found it?
Yes. I suggest you go there and look for it.
Then again, Silverize or Sadal suit is kind of a small. Well, thanks, old man. Give them hug. I give hug and I do. And I steal your stuff. I think I already took everything actually.
Doctor, I need to ask you one last thing. Who gave me my name?
Oh,
The Emperor, Gelderblame.
oh, yikes.
Hearing you were not the perfect being he had envisioned, He called you an ill omen, a cursed premonition of things to come. He named you Kaitos, which means raven in a long-lost language.
I don't care. It's a cool name.
I see.
After we left the Empire, Georg and I tried to give you a new name, but you would have none of it. Your name was the one thing you remembered.
I guess it was the reason for my existence. And my hatred. Something I just couldn't get rid of.
It's a shame too because a lot of people were prejudiced against him because he only had one wing, which again is a sign of, I guess, like impurity. Because you either have two or you don't. So then, my boy went through a lot. Poor dude. Oh,
Kaitos, are you okay?
does he look okay?
I'm fine. Would you all come with me to the Celestial Alps?
Oh, he sounds so defeated. He's like, can you come with me?
The doctor said Gramps left me something there.
Oh man.
No problem. I don't know what went on in there between you and the doc, but cheer up, kid.
Well, I can't just say that.
Yes, we have so much left to do. We need you in high spirits.
Your chair, Kaitos. The great Mizuki Baten.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Focus your thoughts solely on this mission. You'll have plenty of time for reflection once it's over. Survival is priority one, right?
Thanks. All of you.
Yeah, go.
Yeah. Let's go, everyone.
I mean, he's allowed to mourn. You don't have to tell him to cheer up right off the bat.
So, where is this thing that Gramps left for me?
I would also like to know about my father's legacy.
What? You're alive? Freaking Mizuri. The doing the little jump again. I thought you were. I was. What?
Aren't you supposed to be dead?
Yeah.
Sorry to disappoint
You too?
It's not that easy.
Oh no. Of all people, you and Poland are the ones I really wanted dead. Yakima, okay, sure, but you
To
two?
get rid of us.
Oh my god. Why?
You!
It's been a while.
Amy has to be
hasn't
my
it,
least
Kaitos?
favorite. Ah, if I'm gonna fight him, I really should have brought Savina.
After our fight at the Gold Oboe, we kept a low profile and watched the story unfold. We weren't quite sure what was going on at first. To think we were tricked by a mere girl. I knew that the Emperor and Melodia were on good terms, but I never realized the girl was controlling the Emperor all along. What in the world is she?
She's weird is what she is. He laughs at things.
Keeping watch from Anu and Nue was a wise decision. Now we know the whereabouts of Larikush too.
You've been following us.
Yes, though not all the time. We had preparations to take care of.
That's nice.
Jorg and Larikush feigned their deaths perfectly 12 years ago. I believed you had all died in that explosion. Imagine my surprise when nearly a decade later, I heard rumors that there was an excellent engineer in Mira. I couldn't believe my ears when I heard the man had a grandson with only one wing.
Which is not his real grandson, by the way. But yes.
I told him to stop, but he was obsessed with making stuff. He loved using his inventions to help people out. There was no end to his tinkering.
Aww.
My father, Georg, had a special talent.
We're not gonna fight them again, are we? Because I don't know if I can handle this.
Did you notice, Kaitos? His gift was the ability to talk with objects. This helped him when he was working for the Empire. He would modify the experimental Magnus, all the while discussing theories and results with it. I heard my grandmother, Georg's mother, lost her way in the lava caves when she was young. As you know, one of the End Magnus was sealed there. Though Georg's mother didn't notice, the power of the evil god must have tainted her. When Georg was born, the taint was passed on to him. Back then, Georg was totally obsessed with his experiments. They took precedence over everything else. It was almost as if he was possessed. In retrospect, the power of the End Magnus may have been driving him. 2 years ago, having learned the truth about the lab accident, Elder Blame gave the order to have you all killed. You betrayed him and made a fool of him. He was simply infuriated. Elder Blame had completely forgotten about the events of a decade ago, and even had doubts as to whether Bjorg's experiments were valid. I would have wanted to bring Bjorg back to the Empire and have him renew his research. Oh well. Enough talk. Amy,
Not even because like he had an attachment or anything. He just cared about the research. Man, what a heartless man. With very strong
Just give the word.
Oh god, they're fighting, aren't? Oh no, not again.
Ready when you are.
I should have brought Sabina. Oh, what have I done? Okay, well, Yud has a good balance deck, kind of, not really.
take this.
What the? Yeah, we dancing? I don't understand.
That noise.
We had to infiltrate the lab in Mintaka. I thought this might work on you, Karen.
He's like, what did you say? I can't hear you. My goodness. I can't hear them. It's so loud.
What's going on?
Is he gonna awaken his dark self?
Hypertoxic sound waves.
A guardian spirit is made up of a voice and power transferred from another world. A resonance field of hypertoxic sound waves smothers the voice and negates the spirit's power.
Oh.
You're no longer protected by your guardian spirit's power.
What?
What does that mean for me?
Are you okay, Callus?
Important. Can you hear me?
I guess he can't hear me?
I no longer hear voice.
Oh, I see.
I don't have strength anymore. You're a wreck, Callus. How much can you do on your own, huh? Even without the
Amy,
spirit's
shut up.
power, you should at least
You
try
can't
to
do
wreck
shit
your
without these two, so
defense.
shut your trap.
I'll give you an A for effort.
Thanks, Poland.
Let us
God.
begin. Enough about time, Karen. Now, right here and now. Say your prayers, boy.
Boy, if you don't shut the hell up. I was not expecting this at all.
Sorry,
Oh
everyone.
no. I'm dead. I've already lost this fight. I haven't. Shella, please. Bring this soul back from the dead. I'm so lucky he had that. If not, I would have been screwed. Not even gonna lie to you. That would have been it. That was so scary. That was actually scary. I'm out of 7, so I'm gonna do this just for the combo. Like, losing Callus, okay. Losing Shella, if Callus is still alive, that's fine. He's dead either way. But just having Liud, that's a no-no. But he's gone either way. Like, woo! Final Ray! Oh my god. This took too long. Good there.
It's over. It's all over.
Oh yeah? Damn, he doesn't even have the strength to raise his arm.
Amy, hold on. You all right?
Aw.
Yeah, Giacomo. Barely.
Good. You two should join forces with Callus. Help
Aw.
them in any way you
He
can.
really does care.
The Empire is
Kind of.
gone, and Gelder Blame is dead. Don't let them take over this world.
Okay, Giacomo. Now stop it.
Giacomo, don't die on us.
That would be really cool if you could actually use them. Can I?
Callus,
I will only use them.
stop them. Stop Melodia.
I will. I promise you, Giacomo. We'll take care of Melodia.
Life is long when you live it, but so short when you look back. Farewell, Callus.
Aw. To think this is what it took for him to realize that it was over.
Giacomo?
He should have realized the moment Gildablame was gone. It's so...
No!
Oh, damn, they really cared about him. Holy crap. This is actually really sad. What the heck? This is really upsetting.
Cast light upon the darkened earth. Save those lost in despair. O mighty ocean, guide us as we journey through the darkest pit of night.
Damn. Enemy or not, that is still sad. That was just a misunderstood man.
Yeah.
Aw, and they're actually sad about it. Jeez. This is
I know Giacomo told us to join you, but that doesn't mean we can just forget the past and be all chummy now, does it?
And to Callus, I'll always be a foe. The one who killed his grandfather and brother. Both Falan and I are from Aza village. We were orphans. Gelderblame bought us as guinea pigs for Georg's experiments.
Aw. That explains why they're all like pretty magical.
Callus, I don't know or care what you think, but the two of us, we're happy Georg's gone.
Oh, I mean, I don't blame them considering all they did, all he did.
Anyway, see you around.
Yikes. Always
Please,
two sides
try
of every.
anything reckless.
He said, "Not gonna promise."
Should we get going too?
I've obtained the Magnus. Chaotic Illusion. Yeah, that one's level 7. Holy crap. Why? I didn't even get my
Welcome
loot.
back, everyone.
Ugh.
Any news of Core Hydra Castle?
No, the enemy has yet to make a move. As for penetrating their shield, I'm afraid there isn't much we can do.
I see.
Various reports have come in from each nation, however, that may be of interest. Ask Katrin for details.
I'm right here. Feel free to ask me anything.
I don't really want to.
We have all sorts of news from all over the world.
Guess I don't have a choice.
Strange things have been happening ever since Core Hydra Castle appeared. What would you like to hear about?
Whoa, that's a lot of stuff.
Well, there hasn't been much news from Sadel Sud, actually.
Okay. But then,
They say the legendary Master of the River has been spotted near Nashira. This appearance could be due to the emergence of Core Hydra. A fisherman's weapon is supposedly lodged into its back.
oh,
Master of the River? With a fisherman's weapon. That must be the Lord of the Greater Celestial River.
oh, maybe I didn't miss out on this. I can go do it again.
Last time anyone set eyes on it was over 100 years ago.
Hibari, we have to go. About a new Inui.
Ah, yes, Your Majesty. We heard there's an old forbidden book of magic somewhere here in Anue. We thought it might be helpful and looked all over the place, but we couldn't find it.
A forbidden book of magic. I see. If we could find it, it might prove useful when we attack Core Hydra Castle.
There's a rumor that a phantom ship, similar to the battleship
Oh, so I didn't miss
Godova,
out on
is
these.
floating through the Trail of Souls.
This is literally right here. We have a chance to class up.
People say they've heard
Oh,
ghosts
so
crying
happy.
out from within. Gives me goosebumps just thinking about it.
That means
What makes
Liud.
it even more spooky.
Even stronger.
Ghosts are
Yes.
calling out a name.
So happy.
They're calling for Liud.
Oh, well, there you go.
Ghosts? Calling me? What could that be all about?
Maybe it's your family. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. We'll get there.
Villagers villagers in the desert there have been surrounded by hideous monsters. We'd like to send additional help to their village, but we have our hands full with other things right now. Currently, the Mad Wolf unit is protecting the village, so nothing bad has happened so far.
Asdar and his men.
Yeah. I was.
Both our castle and town are all right, Your Majesty. Nothing much has happened back home.
We do need to go back to give lady the animals. We can get more monkeys. Sure she'd like them.
Oh yes.
We could try to get something from
Some
every
of the children of the
island as we
earth
visit them.
are still beneath the taint clouds. From what I've heard, the great Camro and someone named Crumley. Oh, and also a boy named Key.
Kitty too?
Nice.
Now then, many of these reports seem to be of concern to you. I suggest you let us handle the plans to counter Core Hydra, and act as you see fit. Perhaps following up on some of the reports would be wise. Of course, preparing yourselves for our final upcoming battle is equally important. Please come back when you have done what you need to do. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am. I have
Yes, it
much
is,
to
Your
do
Highness.
actually to prepare for this whatever final fight or not. Wow, that was a lot. That was a lot. Oh my goodness. And it's finally over, almost.